There exists a lot of weird and unique content on YouTube, okay? And I mean a lot of weird content. Surreal Entertainment and channels like that are perfect examples of why maybe not everyone should have access to Blender and maybe a YouTube channel, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Above all, they serve as perfect displays of the unique and weird access to content creation that literally everyone has. It just shows off how everyone can give their sort of weird and unique spin, an individual spin to content creation, right? For those living under a rock, Surreal videos are videos typically made in Blender or other 3D modeling softwares like SFM, and are typically videos depicting some series of eerily simplistic and wacky events, okay, at a low budget. And eerily simplistic is to put it lightly. They typically have low poly environments, like basically super low budget, and very creepy undertones, okay? Like very, very unsettling. Call it surreal if you wish. Yeah, God, that was a really long definition, but you know what? You got the point. You got the point. Two channels that introduced me to this sort of subgenre, and the channels I'll be focusing on today are Surreal Entertainment and Pamtri. I'm sure above all else, you have seen Pamtri's Sea Bear video. If you haven't, you know what? I'm sure that you sleep well at night, but I'll play a clip here for you so you can kind of get the tone and kind of understand what I'm talking about today.
What?
Why aren't you camping?
We are camping outside of my house.
Oh, okay.
Have fun inside.
Okay, fine. I will camp.
So the question I'm aiming to answer in this video, okay, the big revelation I'm trying to seek is what exactly is up with these videos? Why are they so weird, and just why do they exist? Okay, like who out of their right mind wakes up, okay, they eat breakfast, they go to the gym, they go to work, whatever, right, and then they come home and they have a bunch of free time, and this is what they decide to make. Now, from my knowledge, the whole genre began with Pamtri, and boy, are they the most chilling of all the videos, okay? Pamtri purposely fills his videos with creepy scenes and dialogue, and it's just straight out of the edges of hell, man. It genuinely is. I don't know what this guy is on when he makes these videos, if he's on crack or if he's fucking doing a seance. I don't know, man. It's scary. There are some reoccurring characters in his videos, like Santiago, who appears to be some sort of like inside joke or running gag. I'm not really sure. A typical Pamtri video goes like this, okay? It starts out with a bunch of characters in a room, very poorly drawn room, very poorly drawn characters, but it just sets up the room, okay? And then what'll happen is there'll be some sort of issue that the characters want to do, and then the characters say, for example, I'm going to go ahead and leave this room. Well, that's exactly what happens. The character leaves the room, and then some bullshit happens. There's some sort of issue. It'll get super creepy. Some characters might start spazzing out, but typically it's just a bunch of characters, popular characters like SpongeBob and from Curious George, Phineas and Ferb, whatever, just a bunch of popular cartoon characters. They'll be sitting in a room, and suddenly someone wants to go do something. They say exactly what they're going to go do, and then they go ahead and do that. There's not really any hidden meaning behind any of it. I feel like typically in every episode, if a character says he wanted to do something, there's no hidden motive, there's no hidden story. Exactly what happens on screen is exactly what happens. And I don't know if that's by design, because it doesn't seem like there's really any link between any of the videos. I think they're genuinely just supposed to be random, one-off, one-dimensional stories, and that's all it's supposed to be. But that's why it's so weird. I feel like that's why these videos are so weird. It's because it's just, there's no hidden meaning. It's just exactly what you're seeing on screen is exactly what's happening. And the whole hidden reason why it's so scary is because you're just like, why? Like, it's just the human element of why does this exist? Why is this going on? You don't understand it. And I think that's why it's so creepy. Even videos that don't really have anything creepy in them. These videos are like what your friends would discuss would be funny at a lunch table at school, okay? It's like if your friend said to you, hey, buddy, wouldn't it be funny if Curious George somehow blew up some sort of like power plant, and then if you look at Pamtri's video on Curious George, that's exactly what happens. It's just Curious George sneaking into a room and blowing up a fucking nuclear power plant. It's just like, okay, but like, what's the point of it? What's the point of the videos? There's no point. There's literally no point, okay? Like, you want there to be more, but there's just no point. Now, I genuinely tried to find something on Pamtri, like, why does he do this? But I was just left dumbfounded, okay? There's no wiki. There's no pics of him anywhere online. I can't find a name or anything like that. I scrolled to the bottom of his Twitter and just found Santiago. So, yeah, this guy wants to be left alone. He hasn't posted in a while, so I think he's just kind of off the grid. and I just think that's how it should be, okay? This guy's videos come straight from the bottom of hell. I think it's better that he is offline. One last thing I did want to note about this guy is that the text in his about page really sort of got me really curious on what it was, and if I tried to decode it, and it basically just spells out Pamtri, so it's not really anything important. So before anyone comments that, yeah. Now, next I wanted to take a look at another channel, and this one is Surreal Entertainment. Now, this is one that introduced me to sort of this horde of... Now, the next channel I really wanted to look at was Surreal Entertainment, and this is the channel that introduced me to this sort of subgenre. And this one's a little bit more on the meme side of videos, and I feel like they have even less purpose than Pamtri's videos. Like, I think they're literally just memes, which is really weird. I really don't understand, but now these videos don't really have any intent to be scary. They're basically just supposed to be Pamtri videos, but less scary, which is kind of okay on my nightmares, but, you know, that's how his newest videos are. But if you scroll back to the very beginning of his channel, you'll actually find something pretty interesting. So his style of content is honestly a lot different from the very, very beginning. I'm talking about the very beginning, because the very beginning of his channel, it's even more shit posts. It's like shit you'll scroll past on Instagram, okay? Somehow it's even more shit posts than the new ones. But yeah, it's more like the typical garbage that you'll just see on your random YouTube homepage or on when you're scrolling on TikTok or whatever, and you just see some random shit post video. That's exactly what his beginning videos are supposed to be. The whole Surreal era of memes really started back in 2018, 2019, which is when he started his channel. And I feel like that's probably where the big inspiration of this style of content comes from. Well, I mean, his name is Surreal Entertainment, but the Surreal meme itself was super popular back then. And I feel like a lot of channels that started this sort of content maybe did that just because they liked that meme format. When I actually did some digging around to find out the lore on Surreal Entertainment, I actually found that there's a different channel that creates videos that are very, very similar to these early ones. I mean, it's basically one-to-one. You can see a direct copy. And I thought at first that these two creators were the exact same, but they're actually different. Just their content is super, super similar, and I think it's because Surreal Entertainment was sort of inspired by this other creator. I just find it so hilarious how someone who really wasn't really posting that much, just making random shit post Surreal memes, inspired one of the biggest Surreal content creators out there, Surreal Entertainment, to go ahead and basically pioneer a new subgenre along with Pamtri. I did a little more digging into Surreal Entertainment because I really wanted to find out what makes a man like this tick, okay? Why does he make these videos? And well, I believe I found at least something, okay? This is the creator of Surreal Entertainment. He actually uploaded a Q&A. So let's go ahead and watch this and just see what's up.
A long video, and I've been getting this question a lot throughout my career on YouTube, and I mean, it's not really something I've planned or am planning to do in the future. And since I'm also in university at the moment, it's eating up a lot of time, so
Okay, we have a lot to unpack here. Firstly, I did not expect this guy to look just so generic. And that's not a diss, by the way. I look generic, too. I'm just saying this guy just looks like a very chill, normal dude. I expected him to look like some sort of bed rotter, just some dude dwelling in his basement, just slaving away at these videos. And no, it's just some dude you'll see at fucking Costco. But also, he said he was a student. He was a university student, which kind of sort of explains maybe the sort of motivations behind the sort of satanic stuff. Because, you know, if I was a computer science student, I think I would need to let some of that anger out somehow, you know. Have to go create some demonic videos. But yeah, that's about most of the part of the Q&A that's important. He also said that he was inspired by a guy named Bagel Boy and then also Pamtri as well. So he's basically just a computer science student who was inspired to create surreal videos from those creators, and that's all he really is. So to answer the questions, the videos are really weird because of the lack of depth, okay? They just simply lack context to explain what is exactly happening on the screen, and the videos are so one-dimensional that your mind is looking for more, but there's really nothing more. It's just exactly what's happening on your screen. That's why we perceive the videos as so weird, because normally there's some sort of hidden effort behind everything, right? But in these, there's no explanation. And as for why the videos exist, it's just because people like Samuel find them funny, and they think that Pamtri's sort of content style is funny, and somehow people just get off to making that type of stuff, man. I really don't understand it, but that's why these videos exist. People clearly find them funny. People clearly give them subscribers. So if someone sees that their weird art form is doing well, why stop, right? As for how Pamtri found this niche, I guess we'll never know, okay? He probably has some deal with the devil waiting for him, but that's beyond me. So without further ado, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next time. Peace.